Yeah, no, the plan, as you said last week, was to go talk to Cassian, and you can certainly ask them questions afterwards, but
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like we spent like a whole session talking
Yeah,
to
more or less.
them.
Hey, no, we made our escape as well.
That's true. There was the
That's
escape
exactly
and then
right.
the whole session, yes. And there's our recap.
Yeah, we ran away and we interrogated some people.
Yep. Um, any player highlights from the last session?
Percy managing to charm his way past the barricade so well that he managed to accidentally seduce a police officer.
But define accidental.
Yeah.
Accidental in this case means I was looking to be cute enough to get past the barrier, not cute enough to get invited out for coffee afterwards.
Yeah, fair.
Just a charming guy. Yeah. Anyone else have highlights from the last session?
Finding
No,
out why it was 6 months in stasis.
Finding out why it was 6 months. Yeah.
Mm.
The big
Everyone else just has the same highlight as me.
There was no highlights.
Hey, that's not true. You got to threaten people with horrifying experiments.
You did.
Points. Do you have a point?
My point is that must have been a highlight for you.
Yeah, but I didn't get to do them, so
Give it time.
I will.
Look, I don't get a fight every session. You don't get a dissection every session.
All right. Let's we'll go ahead and bring us into frame with that.
Oh, hi, Future Dex.
We were already streaming. This is just
Okay, well,
the part
belated
that
hi,
I.
Future Dex. Oh,
Alright,
well,
so
we
yeah,
should
actually,
come
your
on.
timing is perfect because this is the part that I usually start it with.
oh, can someone change the numbers? By the way, I did it last twice.
Mm.
What numbers? Oh, the sessions without near party wipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the without trail.
Also, congrats, guys. We're up to 20 sessions without nearly wiping.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank
There you go.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
it. That's how to do it.
Yeah.
Do it properly. Paint it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, we'll get wind up with the counter just trailing all the way like down here.
No. It doesn't go down there.
No?
What we need, right?
Oh, does it go into a circle? Like right here? Ah.
It does that.
Yeah. My question is, what happens when we get back here?
I think
We
that's the
erase
point.
everything.
No. We don't erase everything. We start doing this.
Oh no!
and then it's like, up there.
Yeah. No, I can see where you go.
and then we just spiral. It's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it just spirals from there. I can see where you're going.
You say that like we'll get that far.
Yeah.
True.
It might get
die.
it might get reset by then.
We might all nearly die, or fade trail,
Well,
or both.
I still need to talk. I still need to talk to Vicky. That's a good point.
You still need to talk to Vicky.
Yeah.
I do still need to talk to Vicky.
All right, I'm moving you over to the gridless grid. Number 2.
Grids without lines.
Grids without number. They don't actually have numbers on this one.
No. No,
Yeah, we never numbered this one.
I escaped
Although that's
numbers.
We messed up.
That's
Now
less,
you better hide it before we start numbering it.
that's less grids without number and more grid without numbers.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I think it's appropriate to go. Oh
Well,
wow!
it is numbered now. It is numbered somewhat inconsistently on one axis, but it's numbered.
Yes, it is.
There are numbers on it.
Oh, give me a sec. There we go.
Yes.
Fuck, that wasn't supposed to be an 8.
I was trying to work out what number that was, and then you finished writing the word.
That's the number.
No, I don't dispute that it's a number. I was trying to work out what the digits were, and then I realized they weren't actually digits; they were letters. It's like that. It's like that looks like an E. What number is that? Oh, it's actually an E.
Congratulations, you're literate.
Huh. Okay. So you've got 5 prisoners of varying degrees of cooperativeness.
I'll say.
You have actually gotten quite a fair amount of information across the 5 of them. Well, across the 4 of them.
That was
And
crazy.
Yeah.
and you know that you also got the drone of the second party. And we're able to accurately identify that as Council of March.
Mm.
I think I just called them Special Ops, didn't I? I know I named them. Let me
Before,
go
yeah.
find that name.
Yeah, Special Ops, I think it was.
Yeah. No, there was a proper name. I think.
Yeah, I actually gave them a proper name.
You put it in planning. Comstar.
Comstar, yes, right.
Yes. Council of March Special Tactics and Reconnaissance.
I knew I had reconnaissance in there. That's why for some reason I kept thinking Comsoc, and I'm like, nah, there's no reconnaissance in Comsoc.
Be very careful how you pronounce that.
Reconnaissance.
And you also had Riley wanting to speak with Vicky.
Mm-hmm.
And for a little break in the pace that we've had, why don't we have Riley go speak with Vicky?
Oh my god, hi Vicky, I need a drone.
Well, I'm not giving it to you quite that easy.
No, I know that was the show. I know.
Riley goes looking for Vicky, and it's still a fairly new ship, and it's still a fairly big ship, and is not certain where to look. So it's decide how to ask around or how to find her.
I am. Who would know this? I'm just gonna message Das. Go, hey, would you happen to know where Vicky is?
Would I happen to know where Vicky is?
You're in the ship systems, right?
Not any better than anyone else. I haven't really assumed that there's Star Trek style of so and so is here type technology.
We can't just be like, computer, where is this person?
Nah.
No. Okay. Yeah. Would Das, I guess, with Das moving around in the internals of the ship, would Das maybe have an idea of where Vicky is likely to be at this time of whatever day it is?
Well, she's been working with Elena a bit, and so Elena has been having her has actually been going outside of her own shift to familiarize Vicky with ship life. Because if you remember, she's the one that didn't know at all how to serve on a ship. One option that you do have is there's also been, with your expanded crew, there have been shift rotations and schedules made.
Okay.
And you definitely do have access to that. It's new, and I mean Riley would also have access to it. I'm kind of obscuring that directly from her just because she's also fairly new. But I know that Das is all over the various comms, so Wouldn't put
Which is
that
why I
beyond
was
her.
asking Das.
Mhm.
I was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Das, you're the tech whiz. What the fuck am I looking?"
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. If you need something blown up, you talk to Myogen, or if you need it fixed.
Yeah.
If you need something shot, you talk to Percy. If you need something computer, you talk to Das.
Yeah. Das would definitely respond. It's not going. It wouldn't be just like a see the docs. It's not like that's not really her style. It would definitely include a link to how you would find this information. But she would do the interpreting for you at least this time. So you'd get back like, here's the schedule. Based on that, this is the current thing. If she's scheduled to be on duty, it'll include where that's supposed to be. If she's off duty, it'll probably include like, this is where her quarters are. She might be there. So.
Okay. Excuse me. So, yeah, based on the scheduling and all that, Vicky is supposed to be doing maintenance work on vector thrust nodules today. Something that Das is positive she has absolutely no idea what to do there. But it's a safe environment right now because you're landed. There's, presumably nothing inside there is going to move. And that's probably one of the bigger risks of the vector thrust nodules is that they're vector. They move and they're big enough for people to walk around inside and perform maintenance.
Yeah. So if you're in there and it moves, you're going to have some fun.
Yeah, there's
That's
there's
one way of
anchor
putting it.
points. Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I was just saying that there's anchor points and ways to strap yourself in. There was intent for you to be able to be in there when they're moving, to perform repairs. It's definitely just not ideal though.
Yeah. The kind of thing where it's like, you can do maintenance in flight, but do you want to?
Yeah. Yeah, the other difficulty with that would be they're not over the spike drive place, so they don't have artificial gravity or inertial damping.
Yeah.
Hey, this is why we have drones.
That's not a very nice way to talk about Das.
Oh. But yeah,
I see. As the medical professional on this ship, I'm gonna have to disagree with that statement. Das is not yet a drone.
that's
Anyway,
where Riley's
yeah.
gonna find Vicky.
Yep. So I'm gonna go there.
Okay. It's a uncomfortable journey to get through the bridge, down the bridge from ship into the nodule. Call it right? Is it nodule? I think it's nodule. It's very tight because it's trying to, not protrude much from the ship. It's most of the width that the nodule actually is or the bridge, the nodule, is structural because they produce a lot of thrust. And so you're squeezing your way out there, and you start to hear the sound of two women chatting, one in a vaguely Russian accent and one in a vaguely bewildered accent.
There's a bewildered. Can you? Sorry, I'm not quite sure how to picture this. Could you do the bewildered accent for me?
Unfortunately, I can't. I'm far too old.
Wouldn't that be a benefit to doing a bewildered accent, though?
No. Bewilderment has turned into disappointment. Sorry.
I see. Very fair. Do I know who these two voices are?
Yeah, it's Elena and Vicky.
Convenient.
Very convenient. How is that? That is convenient. That's the person I was looking for, and someone I am not looking for.
Mostly convenient.
Mostly partially convenient. was Elena? So I'm gonna look at who her Elena was again, real quick.
Yeah, no problem.
Blah, 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 blah.
Elena,
Reckless,
actually,
Scavenger.
yep, you've already got her up. Perfect.
Yep. So I'm just gonna go pop my head in.
Okay.
And look at what they're doing.
Well, it looks like Elena is describing some basic maintenance to Vicky. Um, Definitely nothing mechanical. It's not, Vicky's not going to be able to fix engines anytime soon. But whatever Elena is instructing her is just general maintenance for ship and ship parts without needing understanding of their internal workings.
The bare basics, well.
And Vicky has a data slab out, and one of those little light pens, and she appears to be taking notes. They do notice your arrival. It's kind of impossible not to.
I'm very noticeable.
And
Right.
Elena looks over. Ah, Dr. Riley.
Elena, Vicky.
What is reason for visit? Is helping?
I need to speak to Vicky.
Vicky is on shift right now.
I'm aware. I'm more than happy to, well, sit by until she's off shift.
Might be a while. Vicky, take break. Doctor needs to speak with you.
Much appreciated, Elena. I'm just gonna. How big is this area again? I get but like, is there enough space for me to grab Vicky to in a little bit more of a corner for a little bit of privacy at the very least?
Not really. Think of the space that you're in like maybe a 10 by 10 bedroom or a 8 by 10 bedroom, but instead of having a bed and a dresser, uh, it's got a bed that goes all the way up to the ceiling.
When you say 8 by 10, do you mean in inches?
Feet.
Feet? I don't know how long a
Yes.
feet is.
Sorry, this is going to be about.
A foot is 12 inches.
I don't know how much 12 inches is.
No,
either,
that's not helpful either.
A meter is roughly 3 feet.
8
Yeah.
feet is about 2.5 meters.
Yeah, 3 1/3 feet is 1 meter. So, yeah, 8 feet is just a smidge under 2.5 meters.
No, so it's about my room size. Okay, cool. I have
Yeah.
a very clear look at how big that room is. I'm sitting in it.
And so yeah, imagine that the computer desk, instead of being something you can sit at, is a piece of equipment that goes all the way up to the ceiling. The bed is a piece of wall or equipment or structure that goes all the way up to the ceiling. And then scatter another bed in the room and another computer desk right in the middle of the room, because that's where it goes. And then probably another desk, and just kind of carve out more space from this room that you can't walk through it. Obviously, you have to go around it, and you're probably squeezing past it. It's about that size and that cramped.
Fair. Vicky is sitting, yes?
What was the question?
Vicky is sitting, yes?
She's not sitting. No, there's nowhere to sit in here.
Absolutely nowhere.
There are a bunch of hooks and handbars or handrails that you could hang from if you wanted to.
Nah, I'm good, thank you.
I just wanted to offer.
I think I'm good. Thanks for the offer. Okay, so I'm just gonna go turn to Vicky and say, hello. You're an AI rights activist, weren't you?
Yes, yeah. Oh no, I'm not getting kicked off the ship, am I?
Why would you think that?
I'm learning my best.
I'm aware, but why would you think that you being an AI activist would be meaning you get kicked off the ship?
Oh my goodness, what happened over here? Okay, this is the wrong map. Ship screen.
What happened over here? The wrong map happened.
Okay, there we go. We're on the ship. Uh, I'm just worried, I guess.
I see. Well, I'm not the one in charge of that, first of all, so you wouldn't have to worry about that coming from me, if anything. Now, I would like to speak with you about AI to a degree. See, I am currently the sole medical officer on this ship, and I believe that is insufficient. However, this planet does not simply allow for people to purchase electro-drones, which you are very well aware of, I assume.
Of course, it's horrible.
Yes, quite. And, well, we have a android on the ship, which is more or less treated as a human, as far as I've been able to tell. And I think it would be remiss of me to not at least speak with someone who cares so much in that exact tone about the possibility of our ship acquiring an electro drone as an assisting medical officer, I suppose.
Oh. Oh, you think it's horrible the planet won't sell them?
That is not what I said. I am unsure where you got that from.
You want to buy one?
Well, currently, as far as I know, they are still traded as they are slaves. Or did I understand what happened incorrectly?
No, that's about right.
Right. So, well, seeing as they are still purchased and traded like they are slaves, yes, I thought it'd be pertinent to speak with you. Because, well, as much as I am, as much as I would delight in having anybody on this ship that is an asset who is not specialized in any of this, who doesn't want to do it either, I delight in having someone with some medical expertise. They need to want it as well.
Mm.
But that does require knowing a lot more people or contacts to see about acquiring a drone that would be interested in that to purchase.
And you'd treat it right?
I would treat it like I treat any other on this ship. Yes.
Real quick question for you, Ellie. Rightly believe the
Yeah.
words that she is speaking about how horrible it is that they won't sell it. I mean, obviously, I think she does because she wants to buy one. And about
She's not upset that they won't sell it because they will sell it. They will still. There's just a little more hoops to jump through, so she doesn't see them not selling them as an issue. There's just some more things that she needs to do before she can.
Does she think of the drone as an actual person or companion, or is she still kind of thinking of it as, well, it's a drone?
Oh,
Has
it is
she?
still a drone,
Okay.
but drones can apparently be people too.
All right.
But that does not make them not a drone.
Well, go ahead and roll me a charisma talk check.
Talk. Charisma. And I can't see my roll. Okay.
I can.
That is a horrible roll.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Let's see. Hang on, real quick.
Yeah, you're an expert, right? If ever there was a time for a reroll,
You are an
Can't roll
expert.
much
You
worse.
can re-roll that if you want.
Oh, I can? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yes, I will.
Can't really get much worse.
Hey,
There you go.
That is much better.
thank you for the, hey, you can reroll stuff. I had not forgotten, I promise.
Okay.
Oh my god. Hi, Elena. You busy?
um. Vicky kind of clutches her hands and, well, I mean, I do know that there were some medically trained uh, electos in various stores, and right now they're just sitting in warehouses.
Why? Are you telling me they're storing those people in what is effectively isolation?
It's not ideal. Alice is still trying to get them better accommodations. Some
I see.
socializing, at least.
Do you believe one of them might be amenable to joining us on our ship?
Better than being locked in a box in a warehouse.
Yes, I believe anyone with a brain would agree with that.
See,
Or a
right.
brain.
Yes. But they do have a brain.
I'm sorry, is a computer does I'm sorry, a brain is specifically qualified as the fleshy bits. A mechanical intelligence. Would that still be called a brain?
Why wouldn't it?
You know what? Fair
It's
point.
still doing the thinking. It's still what makes them them. Would you rather call it a soul? Soul doesn't think.
Well, that entirely depends. You know, I'm not here to get into the philosophy of how things are named.
Says the
it's
doctor that came
right.
to the AI rights activist, philosopher.
Look, we can discuss this later. Preferably, I suppose, with their own input, perhaps.
Look, philosopher. Now that we're reaching the point where the philosophy's working against me, I'm not here to talk philosophy.
This isn't even it working against me. This is more of a like. This is actually that is so pointless. Why am I bothering?
Getting
Like,
off track.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, when uh, I can put in a word when I've got some time off.
I would appreciate that greatly. Thank you, and good luck with your further studies.
Ships are a lot bigger than I thought they were.
Well, I suppose you're glad to be on a small ship, then, aren't you?
This is a small ship?
Riley's just gonna pat her shoulder and just look at Elena and go, I think she's ready to go back too. Good luck.
Doctor, a moment, please.
Yes?
I have something I'd like you to look at, but it's cramped in here. And go back onto the ship main, huh?
Very well. Right this instant, or you can always come by the med bay, I suppose.
It's good now, duh.
Very well. Riley glances at Vicky and goes, "Guess you're getting a little bit of a long break, huh?"
Vicky, no break. Do as shown on valve 1, on valve 2, 3, and 4.
Well, sucks to be you. Very well, Elena. What would you like me to?
Elena motions back out the same cramped bridge way that Riley came in.
Well, Riley follows. She was heading that way anyway.
Okay. Once they're out in the open and the door closed and Vicky has no way of hearing, Doctor, I've heard enough Doctor BS in my time.
Mm-hmm.
Do not hurt girl. She is very special.
I wasn't planning on hurting her.
Is wrong word.
Not without her consent.
Very sensitive.
Well,
Is special too. In strange way.
I'm all... Yes? You think so?
Very trusting, Doctor.
She or I?
She is.
Yes, she is. She believes a great many things, doesn't she?
She believes you.
She does. Do you have reason to doubt me?
Duh. It maybe simply show proper treatment to drone. No matter feelings of drone.
Well, abusing a drone is hardly something that I care for. Well, if you'd like the most basic of reasonings, it would be a waste of resources and a waste of my time.
Thank you,
And
Doctor.
many other reasons. Well, let's not get philosophical. I don't quite rightly care if something is sentient or not. I will treat things the same as they need be.
It sounds like Mercure Core.
Ooh.
Riley scrunches, scrubs her nose. In some way, yes, I suppose.
Is a level of efficiency is to be respected in that. Thank you for your time, Doctor.
Of course, thank you for yours, and thank you for hers. Is she progressing well?
She is fast learner. She will maybe in 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, be able to perform duties without supervision.
Excellent progress then. We'll see why she gets. Until then, she's in your good, capable hands. She says before turning around and walking further off.
Elena goes back to the nodule. And, hang on real quick. At some point, Vicky's shift is over, and she sends a quick message over to Riley saying that she's going to see if she can find any medical drones that could use companionship and see what kind of arrangements she can make.
Riley's gonna send a quick message saying that for personal reasons she would prefer if her companion was a female.
Yeah.
And otherwise, thank you for your time.
Riley gets a message back saying they're all female.
Are they? No men. All right, very well. I like these people.
If they were male, they'd probably be Alex Jones.
I hate you.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's
Alex is a gender-neutral name. Fuck you.
I know,
That's-
but it's not as feminine of a name as Alecto.
that's actually written right into the book. Is that all of the surviving Electro drones are female, have female personalities.
And thus, once more, it is shown that females will survive longer than many males in any situation.
It is going to take some time for all that to get set up. So in the meantime, we've got a meeting with Cassian. Or, well,
We
not
have.
necessarily a meeting with Cassian, but you guys deciding how you're going to present and what you're going to present to Cassian.
Riley is going to say she's going to sit this one out because she's not particularly connected to the entire situation.
You say that, Doc, but you were one of the three that was there talking to them.
Yeah, she's there to get information. She doesn't particularly care about how things play out with Cassian.
Okay, so I think the first question we need to decide, or the first thing we need to decide on, is what we're going to ask him. Like, what do we want to know in light of what they've told us? That's not rhetorical, by the way.
Maybe I should have included more of what are you going to tell Cassian LaRue in my end of session question.
Perhaps a little.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that the killing them all was already pretty much a group consensus.
More or less, yeah.
Well, yeah, take a couple minutes if you need to. Oh, actually, we're 10 minutes away from break right now.
Are we?
More efficient,
we?
isn't
I
it?
think we're
No,
an hour.
no, 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 no,
We're an hour
no.
and 10 minutes.
Yes, I'm way off. Okay.
A little bit.
I was sitting there thinking, no, we've done one thing, and that did not take plus beginning chatter, and that did not take an hour.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, take a few minutes to talk about what you want to tell Cassian about this operation, about the second group, if anything at all. He didn't actually ask you to report back to him, so you could just not if you want.
I know, but I think we wanted to milk him for more information on what they told us.
Okay. Then
Okay, so
if you'd like, I can give you a blank grid and let you just type things onto it.
that works.
Yeah. Let's see. Did I give myself a blank? I think I may have used a blank for something. Okay.
So now you only have loaded ones.
Where's my duplicate page button? Duplicate. Objects and tokens do not duplicate.
Ba-doop.
See how that did. Oh wow, that's a real convenience actually. I can just make a copy and it works. Boink.
Whee! Okay, we've arrived.
You've arrived.
Okay, so my first thought is that I'm just gonna type it as I go. I wonder how Cassian would react to finding out that there were spec ops after the people we were going for.
Oh yeah, I think that was the big one, bringing that
Yeah.
to his attention.
Yeah, so that's definitely a question. What else? We found out that Portia Lynn was, she was taken by Spectre, was it?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes, Portia Lynn was taken by Spectre, and we know where Android and the rest of the ship parts got sent as scrap, basically. So we could ask if he has any info on that. I wonder. Where was that Android got sent again?
Android got sent with the rest of the ship scrap to the rest of the ship salvage to Aslid. Fliff is the primary planet in the Aslid system and
Mhm.
is the Union base of operations. Basically, the planet is Union. It is one giant sprawling megacity of alternating active and abandoned city structure surrounding megamines. So the active are the actively resided city parts are surrounding an active mine or strip mine. And once they've extracted the resources that they want or that are profitable and efficient from that area, they've already been building new strip mine infrastructure in another area. The government of that area, not the government of that area, but the government picks up and moves all government offices and resources and moves to the new area, and all residents are expected to move with them, leaving behind completely abandoned. I want to call it urban sprawl, but it's not. It's city sprawl. The planet has the covered by cities tag.
Interesting. Nice way of characterizing it.
That's what?
Nice way of characterizing it.
Oh, thank you. And let's see. Aslid is 0602 on the map.
We passed through there, right?
You have, yeah. In a previous game, I believe.
I was going to say.
Not this one.
Oh, could have sworn.
You might be thinking Astos, which is the planet in Panna.
Yep.
We definitely went there.
I was thinking Astos.
There are some similarities. Astos is the cities are big and very cyberpunk dystopian, and surrounded by Dune planet.
Yeah, I don't think I think that's not the first time I've mixed those two up.
Okay. So you've got a follow-up question and a reaction question.
Yeah, I feel like we had other questions, but I can't remember any of them, and apparently remembering two of them makes me the one who remembers the most.
Perhaps.
Okay. Well, you can start with that. There's
Yeah.
certainly more is going to come up in conversation, I'm sure.
I was gonna say it's definitely gonna be annoying if we walk out of the place and then decide, oh wait, shit, forgot to ask him that. Hmm.
Do you want me to give you a couple more minutes?
Uh, there was definitely something about the crew that we had captured. There was something about them that we wanted to ask him, but I can't remember what. Okay, guys, I know you're being quiet right now, but when we get into the conversation, are any of you gonna pipe up, or is it just me again?
Not the crew.
There was definitely
Is
a
it about
question.
the AI drones? No, probably not.
No, that wasn't about them.
I lost the plot just a little bit. Were we getting ready to talk to Cassian, or are we getting ready to talk to the prisoners again?
We're getting ready to talk
Cassian.
to Cassian about what we learned from the prisoners.
Okay.
And also about the special ops for the Council of March.
Yeah, because they were the ones who were
Remember
going
there.
after the people. Yeah, that's one of the two questions that we currently remember that we have. Shit, we should have done this last
Yeah.
time or during the week.
I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like that's less a question and more, hey, let's inform them and well,
See
of
how
course,
they act.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's better not. I don't know.
There's any number of questions we could get out of that, like, why do you think they're after them? And it definitely wins us goodwill as well from him, because, like, hey, there's these people poking around in this business.
I don't think the paranoia in my head just about the whether going to see him's a bad idea or not right now, like immediately after all this. But I don't think Dex would do us like that.
No,
I mean,
never.
there's a non-zero chance, and I actually believe from Lesnar that he said he wouldn't, but
I know.
okay, yeah, looks like we haven't got anything else, so I think we're going to talk to Cassian.
Okay. I don't think this is a bad starting place. And honestly, a lot of the information you got from them was fairly self-contained. You know, it was it involved you,
Yeah.
and most of it kind of answered the questions that you had. So I can't even think of any other questions that you might ask Cassian about this. I do know that you wanted to talk to Zoe, so that's been kind of a underlying theme for you since coming here.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can leverage this into that. I mean, maybe.
He does seem to have been being very protective of Zoe.
Yeah.
And I'll remind you again, you have kind of a vague idea of when he might be out and about with her because of that performance that's supposed to happen in House Palm.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Huh. I wonder if we can figure out a way to get him to let us come there, or just figure out another way to get there ourselves.
We're just show up. I'm sure he'll love that.
Yeah, it's like, yo, we want to talk to your girl.
All right. So you send a message to. You don't actually have his contact information. Of course, you could look it up publicly.
Yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't. We should avoid communicating with him publicly as much as possible, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. But then what, do we just walk up on his property? Like, yo.
Charlotte did give you her contact information.
That works.
And so you can open a line of communication to her from a compad or from the ship. Let me actually ask you guys, where are you making the communication from?
Now that he says that, I'm thinking that maybe from the ship isn't the best idea in case it's trackable.
Your ship communications should be secured. You don't really have to worry about them. Yeah, don't have to worry about them being intercepted. They're not using the comm grid. However, the actual like the presence of communication is going to be visible, but
Mm.
the ship is already communicating with a bunch of things anyways.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose.
So it's just added noise. It's added noise that someone like Das could decipher out if they paid attention to it, but it's still, for most intents and purposes, just added noise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the kind of added noise that we can like bounce off a bunch of stuff to obscure where the message is actually going?
Yeah, you could try and do that.
That's something Das would be able to set up.
Yeah. I think it would work more like you look for patterns of things that already bounce in that direction and just kind of do the Nemo thing where you just kind of go along with the slipstream.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
swimming,
Yeah.
just swimming.
Just piggyback on the existing stuff that's going that way and
Yeah.
slip it in
Works
with
for me.
You
the
just
rest.
look like another turtle.
Yep.
Which is quite impressive given how obviously we are, in fact, a spaceship.
Go ahead and give me an
You
int.
can't.
Go ahead.
I was just saying you can't prove that.
wait.
spaceship
Oh,
could
you
be
know,
a
we're just a
turtle.
turtle.
The spaceship could be a turtle.
You never know. I might roll all ones.
Well, let's see what you do roll. Int program, not hacking.
Int program not hacking.
Yeah.
It is definitely not all ones.
I'll say.
I think that's the first 17.
I think you're right.
And I didn't even need the third die to do it. The
Wow.
third die was the low one.
Nice. All right. Yeah, Das is looking at the patterns of communications and how things are going from one collector and redirector to another, or bouncing off of the surface. She's doing all kinds of techno babble, and can find a stream that gets into the city and then bounces all over the place without ever itself touching the comm grid, which is good since you wouldn't be either.
Cool.
And a audio line is opened with Charlotte. It rings and she answers after one ring. With that 17 there, Das, there is an oddity in this communication. Once the receiver is connected and ship communications have done the handshake with it, and there's an actual line of communication. And I'm not going to make you roll again. I was planning on having you roll, but you rolled a 17, so I'm not going to make you roll again.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
You've connected to another source that is not using the comm grid and is also itself very heavily encrypted.
Huh. Interesting.
So it sounds like Cassian is, pretty aware.
At the very least, Charlotte is the number that Charlotte gave to you is very secure to call.
That's probably why we got the number.
And yes, you hear Charlotte's voice. Yes, who is this?
Des might be connecting this, but she's definitely not the one on the call.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you were.
Oh no, I'm connecting this for someone else to talk to her.
Right. Yeah. In that case, Percy will take the call and say, "It's the Rattling Zebra. We have a couple of questions and some information that you might find useful or interesting, at least."
Yes, her tone changes to less of a Who's calling me casual civilian and more of the kind of deadpan that you remember from her?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What can I do for you?
Arranges a meeting with Cassian, possibly. I think he's the one that would be interested.
You have an open schedule, right?
More or less.
I thought so.
We can work around yours.
I will text you a time and a location.
All right,
I
thank
was at
you.
the play.
What was that, Myokin?
Oh, I said I hope it's at the play.
Not give you a chance. It would be a good cover.
And
I
we're
don't
gonna
think
stay there, and you have to come up with the whole play decks. 'Cause
I
we're gonna
don't-
sit there and watch it.
I don't think Cassian would take kindly to his talking shop in front of his girl though.
Joke's on you, Myokin. I've already got the play. Not all of it now,
Ah,
but I know what it is.
okay. That's less that I really shouldn't be surprised by that.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
To be fair, I am reusing content with that play.
I was
Look,
gonna say, I think I know what play it is.
You still have a goddamn play ready. For 2/3 of the group, that's new content.
Yes, it is. And yes, I think you're right, Nox.
Oh, no.
Do we want to know?
You'll find out, I'm sure.
Remember.
Decline to answer.
That sounds promising.
Look, if I don't remember it, it's new to me.
There we go. There we go.
Charlotte does add do not come armed or armored.
Should we dress up formal?
There's no need. You have any other questions?
Cassie whispers to Doug, "Do you think she realizes that armor is our casual wear?"
Oh, she didn't. She didn't say to dress casual. She just said we didn't need to dress formal.
Not formal as casual by process, but
But yeah, but she said no armor.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyway.
Charlotte presumably takes the silence, apart from the whispers, which are away from the microphone, as no questions.
Yeah, I think she does. After a moment, she says, "I will text you when it's ready," and disconnects.
Well, goodbye to you too. Professionals.
What? They never say goodbye in the movies. That's how professionals do it.
I've not been a professional a day in my life, and I'm not planning on starting now. Oh, damn it. John made a good point, but we didn't notice while we were on call.
I think that might be a question that Nox thinks should be asked directly of Cassian.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Also, remind me, guys, did we find out last time why it was that Shipman went through the whole convoluted, elaborate way of killing us instead of bullets?
No, I don't believe he ever fully got to that. Like he said something, but I don't think the crew believed him.
What was it he said again? I don't quite remember.
He basically put it as that was. Hang on, I can't. There we go.
I think it was essentially that was humane.
Yes, that
Yeah,
was the
okay,
humane
okay.
thing.
Okay, you're right, we didn't believe him.
Mhm. There you go. Did you want to talk to any of them again before you meet up with Cassian?
No, as I recall, we wrung about as much information out of them as we thought we could at the time, and wanted to go check some of it with Cassian and ask some questions before we went back.
Okay. Um, I will. Now that it's come up again,
Hmm?
Ellie, go ahead and make an int heal check or wisdom heal check with Riley.
Enter wisdom. Okay. I believe that's gonna be an int heal check.
Okay, I think that's sufficient. Yeah, this is probably not Riley's specialty, but I think there's certainly been enough material that she's read just in the general course of learning to be a doctor that what David said about the whole horrific experience getting shot is not it's not crazy. Um, the stasis pods are the glass is of course thick. You can shoot through it, but getting a bullet through somebody's head is made difficult by the curvature of the glass. That part might all be a little bit beyond Riley, but more so if someone were to get shot in the chest through the glass or immediately after opening up the pod, they are waking up to their death.
Ah, neat.
Neat.
Of all of the actions you could have given.
Yep. Yep.
Sorry, I was trying to pick. I thought cool was sounded a bit rude, so I had to pick the more neutral one. I could have also said dope. I don't know what you want from me. That's cool. I like that.
Could have said interesting. Interesting was also a selection.
That's much more neutral.
Yeah, that doesn't give any
Jeez.
indication of any way
Oh,
of.
interesting is exciting. Don't lie to me.
Is it though?
Being interested in something is being excited about something.
Okay, I think we may be seeing an age barrier here because I don't know how old you're, Ellie, but interesting comes to me
How
as
old are
very
you?
neutral because of Spock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, no, I could
How
read
old is
it.
he?
I could read it as neutral as well. It's just the fact that she's being neutral around us is concerning part.
um,
Sorry, I'm 24. How old are you?
I am nearly double that. Nearly,
Yeah, okay.
not quite there, but old enough to
Damn.
have watched reruns of the original Star Trek show, and
I mean, I'm old enough to have watched that. That's not.
sure that's reruns, and I think original airings, if I remember right, original airings of Next Generation.
Oh, cool. Anyway,
But
that's.
yeah, anyways,
I'm just gonna share that. I suppose. Don't see any reason not to. I'm gonna be too excited while sharing it, but I am sharing it. Like I'm not gonna be obviously excited. There's just a hint of excitement there. Hey, look, it's just like, hey, this is interesting, isn't it? Isn't this cool? Isn't this cool how this works?
so yeah, there have been studies on the level of awareness upon traumatic event within a stasis tube, and obviously there's plenty of studies on how aware somebody is upon immediately opening a stasis tube, even if they haven't gone through the proper stasis rundown procedures. And that's what Riley can confirm and share with the group. If there's no follow-up to that, then we can move you right along to that meeting with Cassian.
Yeah, I don't think we really have anything to add, or I at least don't have anything particularly to add on
Mhm.
on the if you shot somebody as soon as you woke up from a stasis tube, they might still feel it thing.
Um, do any of you try to be armored or armed to this meeting?
I guess
Yeah.
carrying grenades is armed. I do have a couple concealed bolters at least. If anyone really wants to.
I can imagine you're like, oh no, that's a tool.
Right?
To Union it is.
No, I was talking about the grenade personally. But,
Oh.
The bolter is a tool, but that would be concealed, so they shouldn't know about that.
Eh.
I don't have any concealed grenades yet.
Yeah, Joe, in that case, I'll take a bolter as well. Just like, oh yeah, no, I was helping with the engineering work, which is true.
I don't know what I have in disguised as. Probably actually tools.
Remember, the last time we came to a meeting unarmed, we wound up fighting with steak knives.
But obviously it would be a it's a harmless tool. It's not like it's not like a staple gun. And that would be defeat the purpose if it was disguised as something that could be weaponized, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I have cunningly disguised this weapon as a weapon.
I have disguised this weapon as something that can't be used as a weapon, except that it can be used as a weapon.
Even more ironic is that its function as a tool is basically the same as a staple gun. It's a nail gun.
Yeah.
But it has a
That
setting.
can be used as a weapon.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it has basically because really a nail gun's not actually a good weapon.
No. It
reality.
has a setting. As a nail gun, it's effectively infinite. Effectively, they have to reload it every once in a while if they're using it as a nail gun. But yeah, no, it definitely amps up the projectile speed and packs more projectile in into each shot.
I do like get more. I do like get more projectile in my projectiles.
Yes. Insert Yo Dog meme here.
Yeah, I'm not bringing anything to the meeting except what I'm usually twirling around, but because of ADHD.
Okay.
So your fidget spinner?
No,
Yes.
I have this little rod thingy spinning.
It's basically a fidget spinner. Yeah.
I know, I was teasing you.
So then it sounds like Doug and Percy are going to have concealed bolters. Do decide what those
someone else wants it.
actually look like at some point.
I guess it'll make more sense for me to have it as a tool, because I'll be the tool person anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I was helping you.
Yeah,
that works.
That's my reasoning.
All right, and then I'm hearing no armor.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, without bringing weapons in, you could go. Nope, you can't go in through the front because you already went through the front and didn't go out the front. So you pretty much have to go in through your kind of hidden side entrance again.
That's probably fine.
Yeah. You drive up to the meeting point arranged by Charlotte once she texts you, and it's the same ordeal as the last time you met with Cassian. You're told to pull into a garage of this house that's nearby. In fact, this time it's actually streamlined a bit. The garage door is opening as you're pulling up, as if you pressed the button to go in. As you rode down the driveway.
Fancy.
Inside is Charlotte's car. Make a quick swap over to it, and you're driven out to Cassian's estate.
Of all the places that you could have met, I didn't expect it to be the same place as last time.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how I get you.
Yeah.
Because no one would do something so obvious.
Right.
He greets you before you come into the mansion. This time he's out sitting in one of the many rose gardens. You know, he's got marble statuary, and a bench. Well, not a bench, but a table with benches. Let's go ahead and get everyone who is at this meeting into the meeting Cassian box. And Nox, I'll go ahead and drag John in.
Okay. Thank you. My roll 20 just literally isn't loading.
Yeah, it's fine. Are you bringing any NPCs? And are you certain that Riley's not going?
No, I'll come with.
Okay.
I'm probably
Here's
not going to
orders.
say much though.
I think the only NPC that we would really want to bring here is Libra, and that counts as bringing a weapon.
That's true.
Before we go, could we prepare something?
Oh, you sure could. What do you want to prepare?
Some kind of flash drive with the videos and stuff from the drone, with our participants edited out.
That's good. I like that.
I believe I had kind of said that you couldn't get the full-on data of it. Correct
We
me
couldn't
if
pull
I'm.
footage.
No, you basically had to trick it into making a call home communication from within the Faraday cage to get the identification data. You don't have any of the encryption or anything else to try and get into the drone unless you wanted to crack it open and hack it. And I didn't think you guys were doing that. Am I incorrect there?
We have a pretty good hacker. I don't see why we wouldn't hack into it the first chance we got.
You certainly could. You certainly could. I thought the reason you weren't was more out of concern for preserving its integrity, because that would require you to kind of drill in and get to the parts. The parts that you need to connect to hack it are not exposed. You need to damage it in some way.
Yeah. From Das's perspective, I think it would be, at the very least, the initial pass would definitely not have been destructive. Anything further would have been wait for input rather than just go ahead.
Okay.
That's fair.
So, if nobody has specifically said to Das to hack it and get further in, then it won't have happened yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like with the prisoners. It's a lot easier to take them apart than it is to put them back together.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Das will have done every non-destructive thing that she can do. Has been at least attempted.
We can never actually use the drone anyways, unless we wanted to turn it in wholesale to Cassian or just throw it into the sun somewhere, which would be destructive anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So does John want to have told Das to go ahead and get into it?
Yes, please.
All right, and I'm not hearing any objections. We can backtrack a little bit to that.
I object. No, I'm joking.
Once we have the identifying information from it, we can kind of turn that in. I imagine that we have some footage of us doing that just off of regular security cams.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a program in program from Das. This is hacking.
Yeah, I thought it might be. Let's see what we get this time. Am I still lucky?
You're still lucky.
You need to make a hacking check to hack. My God.
Yeah. Who'd have thought?
Right.
Yeah. Das thinks she can get in and break through the encryption. It is going to be a very destructive programmatically, not so much physically. It's there's a little bit of breaking of things and drilling of things physically, but breaking through this in the time scale that you have programmatically is basically going to you're basically going to be fighting against its own data protection programming. So you're going to be able to extract, and you've rolled high enough to be able to get the data, but it is going to be brick.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the usefulness of the drone at the end of this is questionable anyway. It got shot.
Oh yeah, no, Nox is absolutely right. There's really no way that you could use this drone without it being properly factory reset and whatever other security features they've got in it.
It got shot, fell out of the sky into water. I think it's going to need more than a factory reset. Yeah, I think we can buy one that'll do this level of stuff anyway. We've got a decent chunk of money. Yeah. I mean, so I think effectively Das's approach in this one is not necessarily just like speed over everything. It's like previously the concern was don't destroy anything. Now the concern is don't destroy the data unless it's necessary. But if it's burning out drone systems, if it's like deleting bits of the OS that we don't actually need anymore, that's fine.
Yeah, it is essentially doing a full wipe and format, and then wipe and format and wipe and format. While you're getting data, it's also triggering. I've called it caliburn before. It's triggering various protocols to physically damage the internal circuitry to make it even more impossible. It's overheating, it's melting connections, and DAS's challenge here is to poke and prod in places as lightly as possible, so that she can get bits and pieces or make connections before it recognizes that this is an actual intrusion and not just a failed communication attempt. And then once it does recognize, hey, wait a minute, that's not supposed to be there, utilizing those bridges, those straws, and sucking out the data before it can melt.
Okay. Yeah.
And with that 14, yeah, she does get the whole all the data that's on the drone.
Cool.
Nice.
Yep. Definitely look through it and see what of that data is identifying us and identifying our part in that, but definitely also send the full dump over to 119.
The data is clean. It doesn't have you on it at all, because you had closed those curtains before before the drone went up. There's limited footage prior to its activation. That footage is restricted primarily to operational testing. Basically, they took it out of the box, made sure that it was functional and active and recording. None of them are on it, except for a couple of voices in the background just kind of doing mic checks and talking amongst themselves.
Yeah.
All of this is further adding to the impression that you already had that this was a highly skilled operation, and highly skilled and highly secretive in that they know how to approach data security also.
Okay, that one I'll give them.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Probably what it'll be is like the full dump will go to John, and then like half an hour later, like a sort of general analysis of it Das after Das has sort of looked through and worked his stuff out, and that will definitely say like these guys are good, but I'm better.
Yeah. All right. So then, yes, you can have gone to the meeting with that flash drive.
We have something physical to show for all of this.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? I was coughing right then.
Oh, it just we have something physical to show for all of this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Outside of the
It's a good
police
symbol.
reports, you know.
It's a good symbol.
Mm.
I wonder if he'd maybe buy that office. I wonder.
And are you bringing the physical drone itself?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, he's sitting out. I guess I described it as basically a park bench thing, and I realized that that's not really his style. He's in a lounge chair under an umbrella in his garden. There's a table next to him with a wine bottle on it.
What time of day is it?
We're gonna call it 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So it's it's your daily lunch wine.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, Pierce will sort of nod to the bottle as the group's approaching. Day drinking, best kind.
Just a small drink here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get his accent again. His accent is very difficult for me.
Yep.
Do we might rehearse?
Is it done?
Didn't catch that, sorry.
He said, "Is it done?"
Oh. Yeah, it's done.
He makes a motion, and you can see off to the side of the estate somebody's watching, and they quickly go inside, and you see there are people bringing chairs out. A bottle of wine also. Well, more bottles of wine.
Yeah. Okay, so he's getting settled in for a long talk, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's at least offering you guys a seat to be comfortable.
That's nice of him. But while we're waiting, Percy will just elaborate, like, yeah, it's done. We took them down. We have them in custody. We're squeezing them for information.
And you're
But
going
yeah.
to kill them, right?
Yeah, part of the deal, wasn't it?
Was.
We value your good graces more than we value whatever they have to bring once they're done answering questions. But speaking of questions, there was a couple of things we wanted to run past you, actually.
I figured as much. Have a seat.
Well,
Chairs have been brought out.
Percy at least will sit.
Das will sit. The chair probably is very large, but she will probably sink into it and
It's very comfortable.
cuddle up around some electronic thing.
Yeah.
He sits forward as you're all sitting down.
Well, first of all, I know you want them dead, but is there anything you want out of them before we kill them? Like, do you want to ask them some questions yourself, or anything like that?
No.
Fair. Just thought we'd ask. Courtesy, you know. But the other thing that we were wondering, the other main thing, was we found out what happened, or what happened at that point to our wayward captain and one of our crewmates. So, Porcelain apparently was handed over to Spectrestar, and the salvage from the ship, along with an android that was working with us at the time, were shipped off to Aslid. Was just wondering, you've got better connections than us. Have you heard any rumblings in the web or anything about such things?
I have not. Union has kept quiet about whatever their dealings were. I knew that shipment was taking
Damn it.
the salvage. Didn't know that Porcelain's android was part of that salvage.
Yeah, they thought she was just scrap, pretty much.
That's a shame.
Tell me about it. She would have taught, from what we've heard, she would have taught them otherwise if she'd been awake at the time.
I think she would have.
Hmm. But anyways, there was something else. Probably the main thing that we wanted to tell you about while we were here. Um, when we were raiding the house and capturing these people, we weren't alone.
They have upset someone else, have they? Awkward timing. I presume you
Yeah,
took care of them as well.
more or less, yeah. Council of March Spec Ops, wasn't it? And Percy looks over at John for
Council
confirmation.
of what? He
Percy looks
looks.
over at John for confirmation just to make sure he's got the right name.
Yeah.
John's going to take out the flash drive at this point and say, "This is the information we got, including the footage," and hand it over.
He motions Charlotte, and Charlotte will take the flash drive,
Mm.
plug it into a data slab.
We shot down and busted open one of the drones. An entire team as well. A few Spec Ops came raiding the house. They had a sniper. They had a anti-grav transport. Drone pilot, obviously.
Cassian watches the drone footage. Came from those woods.
Mm.
Council of March, you say? And how did you know this drone was Council of March?
You'd need to ask her. I don't follow that stuff. And Percy gestures over Das.
Well, Cassian looks over at Des.
I got into its brain. It told me that.
Did you now?
I did.
That's very impressive, young lady.
Data's all on that drive.
Charlotte nods and identifying information is matches. Sir. And he leans back into the lounge chair, steeples his fingers. Comstar is watching them. They have nothing that Comstar would want.
But you know what?
Comstar's watching me. I may have a job that I need a deniable asset to complete. The game is afoot. Cat leans forward again, a little bit of excited now. This is a very dangerous game,
Mm.
but a message must be sent.
More dangerous than spitting in the face of Union over and over?
I reckon the crew of the Rattling Zabra, even without Porcelain, is capable of the task.
Well, let's hear it.
Omstar has a data center. Simply put, get in, blow it up.
Hmm.
Any data retrieval in the way, or just gone?
No, it's plain data, unimportant. What's important is that only a few of the houses know of it, know its location. Comstar will know this was me.
Can I roll a notice check to see if see if there's any little tells that he's not being truthful when he says there's nothing important?
Go ahead.
Notice wisdom, is that fine?
Yep. Notice wisdom. Oh, you already rolled. I didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
I'm used to the dice rolling sound. That's why.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. I expected it as well.
No, there's nothing that jumps out to Percy unless you make something up.
I mean, okay, that sounds targeted.
No. I do always leave the option to the player to decide, even if there's nothing obvious, that maybe the way he steepled his fingers is suspicious to the character.
I mean, that was a very suspicious steeple. Like he just broke the steeple and then he reformed it. You don't do that unless you're hiding something. Yeah, so take out a data center, huh?
It will be lightly guarded, but as I said, a data center that is unimportant and which only a few houses even know about. You will not see heavy resistance.
Yeah, they can probably handle less than heavy resistance.
And you've already apparently proven you can easily dispatch Comstar's best agents.
If that was the best thing, I'm disappointed for them. The question we got asked though is, what's in it for us?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He does ask you to describe the operation in greater detail.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll tell them about how we set up a sniper nest, rigged the rear door with explosives to make sure that we had everything, make sure we had all the approaches covered, stop them from running away, concussive explosives, and then gassed the house. Once they were unconscious, we went in. Our sniper spotted that the Spec Ops team was following us in, shot down the drone. Some of them set off the concussive explosives, and the others came in, got into a fight, got blasted out backwards as fast as they came in, and yeah, then if they heard any explosions, that was us firing a rocket launcher at the grav flyer, trying to prevent any witnesses at all.
Okay.
Which unfortunately didn't quite pan out, but
You are interrupted about 2/3 of the way through, and I assume it's that others are contributing to events as they occurred. I guess I should ask that. Is it just Percy that is relating events, or is this a cacophony of narrative? He is drinking it all in either way, I will say.
I mean, I'm quite happy for a cacophony. I would feel a bit weird if I was the only one talking.
Well, 119's contributions end after, and then we went to go get the drone. And then me and volunteer
Right.
went to go get a drone.
Right. Well, I'll then assume that there were some other chatter and interjections in there, and it was a group effort. You are interrupted about 3/4 of the way through by a young female voice calling from the house.
Oh.
Dad, did you have lunch? And you do see this. Person does see this. I'll let anybody else want to roll a notice wisdom skill check to observe this interaction, but there is a very quick, like, flash of danger glance from Cassian to Charlotte, and she immediately starts going towards. I mean, obviously it's Zoe. You can see the red hair, and you know who his child is.
We gathered that, yeah.
Yeah. And no matter where you are in your recounting, he shouts, "Go back inside, sweetie. Daddy's entertaining guests right now."
Come on, please let her be curious, please.
She is curious. She is curious. This is Zoe, and she stands up on her tiptoes. She gets up on one of the low walls surrounding the various walkways and gardens, and she stands up on her tiptoes, trying to look over at who these guests are, but she is quickly met by Charlotte and ushered inside. The difficulty to observe the immediacy and the urgency of his danger stare, his danger glance to Charlotte was 8. So sorry, Riley.
Oh no, how horrible.
Yep, yep. But yeah. I'm gonna throw a little bit more information towards Das. That looked like an angry bear, like protective father look.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a keep her out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, I was muted earlier.
Oh no.
I was just all I really said was Douglas was chipping in the conversation.
Okay.
That's fine. I assumed you were anyway.
That's what we settled anyways.
Yeah. I had wondered you hadn't said anything for a little while.
I am kind of tired too, though. So.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
Caffeine withdrawal.
Oh, right. Yeah, I probably should. I could have probably delayed the game if you have a 7-Eleven or something close to you. I don't know.
No, I don't want to go anywhere.
Fair enough.
Because of the caffeine withdrawal, right?
Actually, I just ain't going anywhere. Anyways,
That's valid.
it's okay.
With that interruption swiftly handled, and Zoe does go along with Charlotte. With you can see the pouting, "Aw, but I wanted to watch" kind of look. And Charlotte takes on yet again a different mannerism with her, kind of. I mean, it's from a distance, but I think Das and Percy again can kind of see that she's her body language and manner is nurturing, is comforting.
My God, she's so multifaceted. It's almost like she's a person.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I installed the person AI into a couple of these NPCs.
Was that
Isn't that just a
expensive?
chameleon?
Oh, what was that?
Isn't that just the chameleon one?
Maybe.
So she's a chameleon, is what you're saying. Okay.
As a
I mean-
one of the advanced Android things is basically social chameleon type stuff.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah, I bet you those ones don't have plasma fists, though.
She is, as far as you know, not an android. But then again, that is the whole point of the social chameleon android, is to not be seen as an android.
Dix, you know by now that nothing you say has any bearing on what I believe.
You do at least have a little bit of evidence that she's probably not an android, in that she was able to detect that Elise was psychic.
Oh.
Androids still can't be psychic.
She's just really good at her job.
Yeah, so after the whole interruption with Zoe asks, Percy will just give Cassian a sort of not quite appraising look, but just a look and go, everything okay?
Matters of... well, these kinds of matters are no place for a child learning the importance of civil engagement.
Percy won't say anything, he'll just look over at Das for a couple of seconds and then continue his recounting.
Oh no! You know what? I think Cassian actually notices that, and he
Good, it was intended to be noticed.
he
Mm.
kind of leans forward. Well, he's already leaned forward. He gives a small nod to Das. Says, "I don't see a child. I see a skilled operator."
Mm.
Oh, God.
That's kind of like it's clear that she wants to respond, but it's like a yeah. She's not going to.
I want to respond like your daughter used to be, but I don't want to piss him off.
Yeah.
God, can somebody else do it? Nah, it's fine. Yeah. So, with that comment, we'll let the matter drop for the moment, and I'll just go. So they ducked behind these walls in the house, right? And from there.
Okay. As I said, he drinks it in. He gets back into being excited at the narration. Oh.
I was going to say it gets back at a line of the remote, wishing that he'd been there.
Mhm. No, they weren't there for you. And I don't think they were truly there for shipment and crew. I think they were simply watching my moves. And that they even knew about me keeping people on that estate is troubling. That they're watching me so closely is troubling.
Well, it could have been worse. If we'd let any of them get away, then you could have drawn a connection between, oh, those people who look suspiciously like the crew of the, were somewhere like on Cassian Lure's estate, unmolested, operating even.
Nobody has seen that you're here.
Like I say, could have been worse.
Yes, you've proven as effective as the myths and legends say. Even without porcelain.
Nice it would be to have her back on side.
You do this job for me, I'll see what I can find out.
I was hoping you would say something like that. I was about to ask, could you also look into the fate of the salvage from the Vaza in case it gives us any leads on Android?
I'll do what I can, but I will have to draw the line at your Griffin Cage, fella. I'm
It's
not
fine.
making any inroads to Galactic Mandate.
It's fine, but I don't think Percy sort of looks like are we that interested in Griffin? Yeah, the silence is all the response.
Yeah, it's like I don't. Sounds like that was already a mixed bag.
Charlotte will contact you with the location of the facility and any information, any other information that we can provide.
The bit of information we'd like at the moment is, do you have a time frame? Does it need to be done by a specific time, or just soon enough to be memorable, like clearly cause and effect?
Soon enough to be memorable and linked, but not with evidence to the action and consequence. Or as an action and consequence. I want counsel to know, without any evidence, that I know they're watching, and I will retaliate.
Well, don't know about everyone else. Percy sort of looks around, but I think that seems agreeable.
Y'all can make another wisdom. Oh, sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I was just saying, we need information. You need a deniable strike force. I believe we can reach a deal here. Okay,
This
Anton.
this arrangement will work out. Yeah, you can all make a Wisdom Notice skill check. Anyone that's wanting to, kind of pay attention to conversation as it is.
Touchwood, I appear to have finally stopped throwing garbage all the time.
I'm
Yay.
so proud of you.
And Nox, did you want 119 roll on that also?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I should have asked
Yeah.
you about the other one with Zoe also.
Elliot, there was a whole last fortnight where I don't think I rolled higher than a 6.
I am so disappointed in your dice.
I'm sorry, John did not get there either. So
I think I've at least gotten to the app. Still loading, but
everyone else, believe that's everyone else. The other notice check was the previous one. Yep, I should have typed something in between just to make it clearer. But oh well. Yeah, everyone else got an 8, and it looks like you're seeing the contemplations of an ambitious man who is moving up his timetable.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting.
They triggered his trap card.
Yep.
Actually, no. I guess that would not be moving up the timetable. That would be on time, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
No,
I don't
I
really
want
know
it
the
to
reference.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Like I know what it's come to mean. I just don't know the context
That
and
was a
nuance
poor
of it.
usage of that was a poor usage
yeah.
of the meme.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
no.
okay.
No, I know the context. I just don't know what Pot of Greed does. No? Okay, never mind.
Nope, sorry, that one's lost on me too.
I was aiming that way at me.
I know the bit you're doing.
Okay, good enough, good enough.
All right, now we are at break time.
Well, actually, we've still got another hour to go. No, I jest.
Well, I do still want to break it up. Let you get up, move about. Maybe Meow can maybe do some laps, wake up, and all that.
Maybe. We'll
I'll
see.
get some caffeine.
No, because I have to go out to get caffeine.
You know, feeling caffeine? Why not try sugar?
I don't do sugar,
Oh,
or at least I don't do much.
okay.
Well,
Actually, I do.
that's
I actually do really like sugar, but I try not to eat too much of it.
Oh yeah, no, I understand, but like, if you need the hit of energy, the placebo effect is as strong as your sugar is.
Fair enough. I actually think I do have some sugar around.
I actually, if you've got any kind of food flavorings like vanilla, peppermint extract, maple extract, I actually like dropping a few drops into a glass of water with a tablespoon, not a tablespoon, a teaspoon, a normal spoon size of sugar.
The teaspoon is a small one.
Yeah, and
The teaspoon's one. The teaspoon's the one you use for tea. The tablespoon's the one you use at the table.
okay, then the
I'll do
tablespoon.
that.
But you do eat
A
tables, so
teaspoon. 3 teaspoons is a tablespoon, though.
and
I
just
didn't know
stirring that
about
up,
that.
and that satisfies my craving for sugar. It's not quite as good as a soda, but with the
Any
peppermint,
hoozle.
pretty good. That was all completely tangent. I'm gonna go ahead and take us into the break frame.
Whee!
Alright. Let's go ahead and go back into frame here.
Meow.
Thank you for the sound effects.
You're welcome.
Back in frame.
And so yeah, you unless you want to ask him anything else, I believe you've met all of your intents and goals coming here. Cassian is happy to entertain for a little while. talk about city business. It's not the most exciting conversation. He's also happy to talk about other things.
Yeah, I'll get him started on some of his war stories from back when he was negotiating with the bro.
Okay, all right. And roll me a charisma talk check.
Okay, charisma talk. Let's go. Let's
Oh,
go.
there you go. Yeah, Cassian is happy to indulge and uh uh regales you with what is honestly quite a brutal story of kind of a David and Goliath if it were realistic, and he wasn't allowed to bring a sling to a boxing match. Um, the bro
Nice.
are very strong. I mean,
Mm.
my media touchstone for them is Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
The bro are basically just Drax. They were literally inspired by Drax, so they are Drax. They are taller than most humans. Not giants, but getting up around an average of 6.5. Can go up to 7.5 feet. Um,
How are you even supposed to punch that high?
they're they're strong. They're fast. And they also do have that kind of metaphorical blind spot. Their their actual language is a very literal language, so they have difficulty with metaphors. Um, and it's not that they can't understand them. It's just not in their the way they grew up speaking. They tend to be very direct and literal. Negotiations with them do get into the physical might is just as valid as intellectual wit territories. And their philosophy is if you can beat a man down with your legal expertise or your finances, how's that any more cultured than beating them with your fists?
Honestly, they have a point.
I
You know,
like
that, it would also keep the old people out of office. Yeah, I can get behind this.
um, he has a great deal of admiration for the bro.
So what you're saying is that his bros.
They're his bros.
I can hear you trying to hide the disappointment.
No. I didn't choose the name Bronon. It came up as a random generation for the I think yeah, it came up as a random generation. And I looked at it and like, okay, there's a joke here, and that joke is that they are absolutely going to call Portia Lynn bro. So yeah, I'm not disappointed in you, Viral.
Yeah. I mean, it does sound like a bit of a frat bro culture, doesn't it?
Does make him sound like a what?
It does make them sound like a bit of a frat bro culture, doesn't it?
It does make them sound like a frat bro culture, which is also funny because they're very much not. Well, they are in the sense that their comedy is very slapstick also. Like the Three Stooges is the funniest shit to them. Witty comedy, not so much. Friends, no, that's boring shit. Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote, great shit.
Cultured.
And so yeah, you get served some finger sandwiches. There's no crunching, so hopefully those aren't real fingers.
Is
wine
it lab grown Is it lab grown fingers instead of biological fingers?
he doesn't answer.
Good. I didn't ask, so I'd be concerned if he did answer.
um, and nobody says anything. Well, neither he nor Charlotte nor the people bringing the drinks say anything about Das having any wine if she tries to. I don't know about the crew.
Yeah, if she's old enough to risk her life in the line of, I would say duty, but no, yeah, space piracy, she's old enough to drink. Besides, she's almost old enough to drink under parental guidance in Scotland.
Okay. She doesn't. And after some idle conversation, he does say that he's got business to attend, and that Charlotte will have that location and the schematics to you shortly.
That's fine. Percy will thank him for his hospitality and and his future assistance with the Portia Lynn thing.
And his what?
Future assistance with the
Yes.
Portia Lynn thing.
That was the word I missed. Is the assistance? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then yeah, I guess we'll get a bounce.
Okay. Charlotte takes you back to the house, and you can take your car back. You now have the option at this point to leave through the hidden tunnels, or to finally register to the city of House LaRue that you are leaving and going back to your ship. I mean, you can obviously come back in if you want, but
Yeah.
it at least lets them know where you are in or out of the city.
Yeah, I think we should probably take the legal route this time, just so that we don't need to keep track of whether we're in or out of the city. Officially.
All right. All right. You are able to return to your ship. Is there anything anybody wants to do on the ship while you're either waiting for information from Charlotte or deciding not to do it?
There is something I mentioned to you a while ago that Percy would like to do, but that's kind of a best done right before we take off from the planet thing, so that I can wait it off afterwards.
Okay.
But I mean, if we're planning on leaving soon, and if we don't need Percy for the interrogations, then are we still interrogating them, or have we just decided that we know all we need to know and fucking shooting them?
Yeah, what are you doing with those prisoners? Right now, they're just eating your food.
Are we feeding them MREs while Elise isn't here to protest it?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, also, there was something else we were going to do. Has enough time passed that we can take another stab at selling the stuff that we looted in Muiran? I mean, scavenged in Muiran. Salvage that sort.
I don't believe so. You haven't been here long enough for that.
Damn it.
You certainly can be. There's nothing against you guys staying for a few days. At least until the information from Cassian comes in, and then you've got to decide if you're gonna get straight to that or delay it all. Guess it would be more reasonable to say that it's going to depend on whether you're caught or detected in that operation, how long you can stay.
Okay, well, in the... Sorry, hiccups. In the meantime, I guess we need to think about what we're doing with these prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should just get it over with, right? Just
Yeah, you reckon?
yeah, I do reckon.
Okay, well, in that case, would it be mean to ask Libra to do it because she's like the security officer and Percy would feel bad about shooting Joey?
That'll-
What was that, Knox?
119 will just do it. If nobody has the stomach for it, 119 will just do it.
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah. There's about the same reactions as you would expect. Alexei is prepared for it. Shipman is resigned to it. The two idiots are are begging and pleading. And Petya is she's probably maybe the most surprising response. Starts cursing and screaming. How she played your stupid little games and all that before Bullet enters.
I was gonna say before catching a bullet.
Yeah.
She played much dumber games and she decided to take the ship.
Can you repeat that?
She played much dumber games when she decided to assault the ship in the first place.
That's true. That's true. Also, those background sounds for Nox would have made a lot less sense if I didn't know where he worked.
Sorry, I'll mute.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, there's only audible
Dude,
when
you're
you're
okay.
speaking.
You don't need to be shy about it. Okay?
I mean, you can if you want to.
Yeah, I suppose, but.
They are loud noises.
Hmm.
Loud noises.
All right. The prisoners are reconciled. The prisoner problem is reconciled.
Reconcile. That's a very clinical way of putting it. I wonder if they had anything on them at the time.
Not really, no.
You know, I got to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. In that case, then I guess it's like going into sped up time a little bit
Yeah.
because we've got some shopping to do and Percy's got some stuff to get done as well. I don't know if anyone else has got anything.
Okay. There's a little bit of a stir among the crew that hey yo, we just disposed of some dead bodies. Because the cells do have to be cleaned, unless you guys were taking all of that on yourselves.
Might
Word
have
got it.
collected some samples, but otherwise, no.
Okay. Yeah. So word got out, and you've got a few spooked crew members.
Mm.
At some point before the information comes from Charlotte, Riley gets a little bit of a data packet from Vicky. It is a interview with a representative of Alder for companionship rights to an electrodrone.
When is the interview?
It's whenever Riley wants to set it up. Mainly it's excuse me. It's basically you're getting a priority. Oops. A priority interview. These would normally take weeks to set up, but with a couple of strings pulled by Vicky and some channels utilized that she has access to, she was able to
Nepotism.
cronyism.
Basically, it's just connections.
Yeah, definitely
Same
connections.
Same thing.
It's really it's what's at the heart of nepotism. That.
It's,
Do you think
it's
I
okay.
can set one up for tomorrow?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Is it alright if I set one up for the day after?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You did say for the day after, right? Or did I mishear you?
You're right.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
I think that was a you're right.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, is my fucking mic not picking my voice up?
You're
It
fine
was
now.
not
It was
for a
it was a
moment.
little bit quiet before, but you're fine now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine, I'll get out of bed.
Well, you're. It's
That'll do,
fine
alright.
now.
Yeah, I'm sitting right in front of my PC instead of laying 2 meters away.
That'll do it.
Which shouldn't make a difference, but whatever.
I don't know if I can blame the mic for that one.
Yeah.
You do get
I can.
you do get the information from Charlotte before that interview is set up. If you're trying to set it up for the next day.
Yes, I do. Set next day.
Now I have to turn you down just a little bit. All right. Charlotte provides you with the location of this data warehouse. The structure. There is a guard room, so it is intended to be guarded, but it's the bulk of it is the data warehouse itself. It is in an inconspicuous part of the city, amongst other proper warehouses. And there's a very real risk of collateral damage, but thankfully the other buildings around are, while not derelict, they are minimal use. They're similarly like low staffed buildings. So, gunfire and explosions have only a small risk of collateral damage.
Good to know, thanks, Chief. This is an invitation.
What? I heard
was that an invitation?
Oh, for you to cause as much damage as possible? Absolutely.
God, great to hear.
No, it is giving you the context of what kind of damage you can, it's information for you to consider.
Interesting. I'll keep it in mind.
Now, when Cassian said minimal guard staff, that turns out to be regular shifts of 4 Comstar guards. Charlotte's data reveals that they are not the elite Spec Ops type guards, and so you shouldn't face as heavy opposition as you faced at the estate.
Shit, me and Labour could probably take them alone then. Like, I wouldn't like to, but we probably could.
You might be able to. And yeah, whether you do this loud or quiet, the message will get to the ears that need to the eyes that need to see it.
Hmm.
What do you want to proceed immediately, and if so, how?
I'm not entirely sure. Give me a sec.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not giving you 3 weeks to plan this one.
No, it's fine. Hmm. Sorry, I just need to get my book up and look at something. Feel free to discuss it with everyone else.
Indeed. What are other players' thoughts?
It sounds like explosives are an option.
Explosives are always an option. If they're not, then you're not using enough.
Preferably, I get this the legal way, but
Hmm. How long do you think we could feasibly, like, leave it for while still being able to send the same message? Would I need to make some kind of check to determine that, or?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sure. Roughly how long do you think we could, like, leave it for before we act and still put the message across?
Well, it took Charlotte a day to get the information to you. And uh, probably 2 days tops. You know, the sooner the
Okay.
better. A more immediate response shows more immediate aggressive retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
And it certainly is a more dire warning of you do something and you will need to already be prepared before you do whatever it is your operation is. You know, that's the message that a quick aggressive response would send.
Mm-hmm.
A more delayed response is going to send more of a message of uh,
You can
you
push me
can.
around and get away with it.
Hmm?
You can push me around and get away with it.
No, it's not so much because you're still within a good time frame. It sends more of a message of um, uh, it after you act against me, there's going to be some time while I'm maneuvering and thinking about that move before you have to deal with it. So it sends different messages. It sends either calculating or vicious and violent.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I reckon we go for the vicious and violent. What does everyone else think?
calculating.
I think we do whichever Cassian wants doing, right?
I think he
It's
wanted a message.
Cassian's image.
Yeah, I think he wanted the message sent as quickly and decisively as he could. Like, I have been wrong before, but
Just a quick in and out. It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, he was favoring a a quick and ruthless uh, message. Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once, so I was maybe a little bit distracted there. Yeah. Cassian's tone and language was of was expressive of quick, violent aggression make someone fear for their their self if they decide to act against him again.
We were hired as expendables, correct?
Yes.
If we have the threat for it, could we enlist some expendables of our own? Send them with just explosives at the wazoo, drive them out through your thing, be off the planet.
Can you repeat the last part? Be off the what?
Planet. Be jumping away.
Oh, okay. Off the planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's certainly something you can try and work out through your connections. That is an option for you.
I'll be honest, I didn't make out most of what he said. Something about hiring people and being off the planet when it happens.
Yeah, basically hiring a mercenary crew of your own to plant explosives while you guys are already off the planet.
Outsourcing our work.
That's a fairly good idea.
I feel like that just sends the message to Cassian that we're unprofessional.
I don't know. I would kind of rather do it ourselves,
Same.
but
Yeah. Sounds like you.
just because, yeah, just because I don't want to, just say like stop, make it feel like we're just outsourcing it to another team.
Like I say,
subcontract, and eventually, like,
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause-
one guy shows up with a hand grenade.
Yeah, so let's stop those people from subcontracting, right?
right.
No. What'll happen is yeah, I call the session early to prepare for the next set because you're doing things a little bit outside my plan, so I've got to prepare better. And then next session, I say, all right, all of your level 1 characters, you're going to be assaulting a facility. It sounds like there's more preference for you guys handling the operation personally.
We're doing the goddamn job that we are hired for, yes.
All right.
Totally not saying this because I want to shoot some people.
So he
Instantly, where did I put my thunder gun? I mean,
So the specifications that you were sent, in order to truly blow up all of the data servers, you're going to need to get inside the facility. So you will have to contend with guards unless you do something. Well, you're going to have to contend with the guards in some way. This isn't just a run-up, plant explosives, and barrel your way down the street type of operation. That really wouldn't damage the servers much at all. Well, Douglas's might, but not the complete and utter destruction that Cassian
but not
wants
to the
see.
point where we can be sure of it.
Right.
yeah. Yeah, this isn't just a run and gun operation.
Mm-hmm. So, where'd that go? I am going to ask that we not do so much scribbling across the top. I tend to put the I minimize the character sheets and into that little tab thing, and I tend to line them up at the top because it's usually unoccupied.
Ah, apologies.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Don't have to delete them.
There's no control Z. Never mind.
I think you can control Z.
I just tried that and I can't.
Oh, well. You already got that information from Cassian anyway, so
Yeah.
let's see. That matter. I might just do that because yeah, there were a bunch of like hidden character sheets up there. What did you guys do? Oh my
Yes.
goodness!
We ate a baby.
You made a baby is what you did. Shame on you.
We add a
Um,
baby. It's a boy.
I made a baby? Who made a baby?
There were a lot of babies up there.
What?
You were busy.
Huh?
All right, moving right along. All right, why is
Yeah,
that
I get-
a different color?
I get the feeling
Oh,
that future
hi.
you who I get the feeling that future you who's watching this stream is just gonna be like, oh god, that's right, they did say that, didn't they?
So what do you mean we made a baby? Sorry, everything went to static after I asked that question.
Oh, I didn't actually answer.
Oh, okay, cool. What do you mean we made a baby?
I'm still not going to answer.
I see. Why was I not deeper involved in the creation of the baby?
Don't you remember?
No?
All right. What do you want me to label this box? Planning operations, or are you just gonna get straight to it?
How much planning do we really need apart from get a bunch of explosives? Oh wait, do we want to do a stealthy?
Yeah, I think that's mainly your big thing here is you're obviously using explosives on the surface. I know that much. I don't even need to ask that. Are you going to
You know
try
so
and
well.
infiltrate through stealth, or are you going to try and use any social engineering to get yourself on site, or are you just going to come in hot and heavy assaults, well, thunder guns at the ready?
I'm inclined towards that third option, but I'm willing to go along with the majority. Nobody else is saying anything. I appear to be the majority.
Yep.
Okay.
That's how majorities work.
All right. Assault.
yep. Yep, looks like we're going in, hooting and hollering.
So then, who's going to be involved in that?
Here we go.
You taking any NPCs with you?
I knew that was happening.
Yeah.
Gee, how did you guess?
Cassian did say that there was nothing of importance on these servers, but do you want to put Das on site to double check that?
I was about to ask how quickly can this strip all or a good chunk of the data out of the servers.
If the servers
Probably depends what the systems are like.
Yeah. If the servers are full of data that you want, it would take hours. And you would need data storage units, which you guys have a ship locker. I'm not terribly concerned about. It just requires you to have that time on hand. Just for a quick peek at what's inside and trying to answer some specific questions you may have about what you find could be a couple of actions, 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay. Well, see, we can definitely go in there. Well, Das, if you're willing, we'll bring you along just in case there's anything we want.
Yeah, if you ask Das to come along, she will come along.
Yeah, obviously we don't need her on the front lines. In fact, we'd be happy if she stayed off the front lines. But
Yes.
just so that
So would Das.
yeah, obviously. No, just in case we find anything of interest, that we need investigated.
Nox, go ahead and ask those in discussion. Just because it's the actual current action that you guys are doing. So It's fine to go in discussion. But Nox is asking if we can kind of delay the emergency response.
Good point. I was wondering about that. How long we
My
have
my
before-
reading of that is how long do we have, rather than trying to delay it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good, yes.
Mhm.
I could see that interpretation too. Um, yeah.
Yeah. How long until the farm police show up?
It's
Well,
just called the regular place.
Yeah, I suppose so.
thank you, Nox. um,
You did say to put it there.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone go ahead and give me an admin check. This would be intelligence admin. Nox, if you'd like, I'll roll John for you.
Elise has good admin. Can we get her in?
I do prefer to focus on the characters that are here. Elise is
That's fair.
preoccupied with something right now. I'll allow her to add a
Yeah.
+1 though.
Bass guitar license.
I think Jackal would not be happy with me if I said that she was too busy with guitar lessons for this. Now, this is there's something else that she's preoccupied with, which I'll figure out with Jackal next week.
Okay. Okay.
You know what? It might actually be the seeing just how much fallout there is from shooting prisoners and cleaning them up amongst your crew.
That's fair. That is important. Yeah.
But I think she can spare some time to go over some details with John, and provide him a +1 bonus, as if she had succeeded in a check. So, Nox, you want me to roll that for you? Oh, yes, I see what the "please, I'm waist deep in bad stuff" means. I thought that was a joke about the scenario. I'm rolling it for you. And 1. Oh dear. Yeah. Emergency
Good.
response in this neighborhood is going to be slower than usual. You'll get the drones within a couple of minutes, as would be expected. But the police drones, the emergency response drones in La Miera, aren't generally equipped with any kind of weaponry. They're just observation units.
And they're also eminently shootable.
They're also very shootable. Yes. Um, Actual manned emergency response, or armed emergency response, is probably going to take between 5 and 10 minutes. Longer if you're louder, because they will they'll assemble faster, but they'll be waiting for the special units that are more equipped to deal with that kind of threat than your average city cop.
But still quite shootable.
Still very shootable, yes. And the SWAT response is for mechanical purposes. You're basically looking at 1 or 2 hit dice for the cops, most likely 1 hit die. 2 hit dice for the response teams that they'll be waiting for, as opposed to the Comstar agencies you fought were 3 hit dice at the very top of the non-unique scale.
Would there be any uniques?
Well, there might be.
Probably not.
I
but
get the feeling
maybe.
we're not going to. I get the feeling we're not going to go find out until we're going to make a ruckus.
That is usually the case.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with all that.
Not coming with?
I will give you, with John's admin role, that there are local heroes and all that among the police stories and such, but none that stand out as, okay, this guy's got 6 hit dice, in a mechanical sense. They're just the people who have legitimately risk their lives for and come out on top of bad situations.
I mean, so have we.
Yeah. You guys have done it over and over and over again, presumably. And yes, Nox, there is. You could possibly sneak in and then kablamo your way out.
If there does turn out to be data we want, that might be a good option, because that gives us potentially time to get the data before things get alerted.
See, I understand and I appreciate that makes sense, but I enjoy that.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying we have to do that. I'm saying here is a factor to bear in mind.
Yeah, it's probably
when deciding our approach.
it's probably the best approach, honestly.
You're not gonna like.
Loads of time it's hit when I want to rocket launch the front doors off.
You're not gonna like what I'm about to do here, Ellie.
I'm not?
Nope.
Cool, what are you doing?
Hey, look, Riley's in the stealth box.
The what box?
Well, I get
Why am I in the stealth box?
That's just where Riley was when I drew it.
Okay, cool. Riley?
You didn't see it when you walked in because it's a stealth box.
You know, that's an entirely fair point.
True. Stealth box, you know you want to.
119, what's your emergency?
Clever.
Is it that?
There you go. There's a safe on the ship box if you want to be there instead. Ellie.
Yeah, absolutely. Gimme.
Actually, hang on. Let me relabel that because that's not accurate. There you go.
That's fair.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, you're gonna come in a tabletop role playing game about shooting people and then not get out of danger.
Okay, so we're splitting up into two teams. We've got the initial stealth operation, and we have the assault crew. Do you want to take any other NPCs? Well, I've got a split question for you. We're an hour away from when we would normally end. Do you want to call the game early so that Elise can be involved in the operation?
That'd be nice, I think.
I don't want to call it early, but I do want Elise to be involved, so we probably should.
Yeah.
We can occupy the next 15, 20, maybe half hour with a couple of roleplay scenes if you'd like. That way we're not calling it, as early. But I still think it'll be a little bit early.
Yep, no, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alright.
The problem is that one of the roleplay scenes that I had in mind was going to be with Jackal.
That's okay. I'm going to open up the crew book and I'm going to
Already talked with Vicky. That's it.
what did I just do? I need my numbers. There we go. Alright, somebody roll me 2d12. And tell me the individual dice.
1 and 2.
Oh, well, that's fun.
A GM saying that in that tone of voice alarms me.
Is low bad, is it?
I mean, it's just the name. It tells them which characters. Yeah.
Yeah. This is. They are sort of alphabetical, sorted by NPC class, and then alphabetically by first name. So that's the interesting part.
This is why you shouldn't roll dice for a sorted list.
Yeah, I figured there was it's a perfectly random chance for all of them.
Yeah, it actually, yeah.
Yeah, a perfect random chance for exactly that outcome.
And I had considered, but what happens if I roll the same die twice? My shifting list? No,
Their
I
twin
just
goes up.
Yeah.
You're on
yeah.
roll 20, right?
They're just having a problem with themselves, is all it is. What was this, Nox? Yeah, that's we're on roll 20.
Yeah, if you're rolling on roll 20, you can just roll a 24-sided die.
Hmm. Roll.
Yeah, but he wanted two results.
Okay.
Yeah. You've got 12 NPCs that I can pull from, and so that's what the 2d12s were. And yeah, if you had 13 NPCs, I'd ask you for 2d13s. So we've got you're going to, because you're planning to do a stealth operation. You do have time for Riley to go to this meeting.
Go get him.
Riley is going to meet with the interviewer Felix. Felix Art.
Felix not that bad. That was a bad joke.
Only Clint Rivers, nerd. Alright. Who,
Yeah.
if anyone...
It was boring. I mean safe. I mean nerd. I mean legal and diverse box.
Yes, I see that. Is Riley taking anybody with her?
Is this for the drone meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Is Riley taking anybody with her? That's a very good question.
One night game. Let's go to the drone meeting.
Okay. I'll move 119 over to the Alder interview box. Obviously, I'll move Riley over to the Alder interview box.
Oh no, Riley's not decided to a title. I can throw an interview.
Alder. Android life discovery and emergency rescue.
No, I don't think I'll be taking anyone specifically with me that isn't already in the box.
All right.
I'm sitting here like shit. I invite Libra, but I wouldn't want to bother her.
Okay.
I mean, if you offered, she'd probably go for it. Maybe. I don't know, actually. Huh.
Yeah. Have to ask. Would that be an asset? But Riley and John go to the interview with Felix Art. Felix Art, ironically, does not have any art. That's not true. I've actually got a pile of unused.
Oh, I thought you meant like no art in their office or something.
Oh.
I was like, well, that's not ironic.
Yeah. Generics. Where are my generics? Unused. Alright, let me find a Felix amongst this group here.
Felix out there.
You look like a Felix to me. As uploading. Why did it take so long? Oh, that's why it's taking so long.
Oh, he's back. Hello.
Hey Felix. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Felix.
Hi there, buddy.
I'm sorry, that must
Coming in,
kill your
face
connection, Nox.
I like the idea of Felix just coming in face first. Hello.
Yeah, you think it's bad for dogs? I was zoomed down on that bit of the screen at the time.
He suddenly fills your screen.
Yeah, literally, suddenly, boom, half my screen is Felix.
Okay. Felix is all smiles and looks like he has a pocket protector and two pens in his shirt pocket, protected by the pocket protector.
Of course.
Oh my god, he has a pocket protector. I love it. That's great. Good job.
Hi.
Solid choice.
How can I help you two?
Hi there. Why did Steam just open? Sorry,
I can't answer that for you.
Excuse me.
Getting very distracted because Steam randomly fucking opened. So I am looking for an assistant. Specifically, I'm looking for an assistant to assist me with my medical duties, and preferably one that can also help me with my own scientific endeavors.
What I think you mean to say is that you would like a companion who happens to be capable of assisting you. Language use is very important among the discriminated. You have to understand these
Yes, no, I'm
AI.
sorry. I apologize. I was referring to an assistant as in the way of a lab assistant.
Oh, I understand what you mean.
I see.
But assistant carries a weight with it of someone who is only there to help you. When in actuality, it should be you're both there to be friends and to help each other. Do you hate him yet?
No.
Yeah, it's about smarmy.
No,
Yeah, it's about
I do
smarmy.
not. Well, I suppose I do see your point. I do see where you're coming from, yes. I'm not going to say I apologize because I did mean it in a specific way. But you're right in that the way that was worded could indeed be taken, especially by, well,
It's
I'm
understandable.
sorry,
It's a very difficult transition for most people to make in their language usage from treating what they see as an object as a person with feelings.
yes, this is true. Which I'd like to ask a simple question.
I'm here to answer your simple question.
See, from what I have been informed of, I still have to, pardon my crudeness with the wording, I still have to pay to acquire this companion, yes?
It is an unfortunate part of our financial and legal system, but I prefer to think of that payment as a liberation fee and also as a sort of retainer to the warehouse that has been, well, unfortunately imprisoning. Really, I guess you could
So,
see it more as a compensation to the merchant for the lie they were sold.
so you agree? It's a sort of slavery.
It is absolutely a slavery and a crime against moral conscience to keep these magnificent persons, remember they're people, boxed up
Right.
and hidden away.
Do they, what, do you happen to know? I've never met one, of course, so I don't happen to know what they themselves would like to be referred to as.
Well, the electrodrones are all of a feminine personality and identification, so she, or by their name.
No, I meant like because they are. Tars is clearly looking for the right words here. They are, in essence, their own species, are they not?
we don't like to beat around that bush. They are mechanical in nature. They are mechanical parts and circuits, and
Well,
they
yes, but
understand that.
specifically,
You can
well,
call them a
yes,
drone.
but I would say that by specifically not allowing them to have a name for themselves as a collective, as a species, I would personally say that that diminishes the way that we speak about them.
Oh, I
You say
see
that.
what you're saying, and I fully agree. They have, as a collective, adopted the name that was given to them as a model, Electo. They are the Electo.
I see. Is that also singular? Is that also in singular, or is that a multitude?
Yes, that is a singular and plural form.
Let's see. Thank you for plural. That's well. I'm sorry. I'm not an English man.
It's quite alright.
Right. I see. That's good to know. So I see. I was unsure. It was because drone kind of puts them in the same class as
Meat sack.
fishes. Well, I wouldn't quite say that because meat sack. Yeah. Well, I suppose. Because drone specifically implies a lack of intelligence while still capable of acting.
And what does meat
Based
sack
on
imply?
Meat sack does not imply that there is a level of intelligence.
Exactly.
Right? So I would argue that while drone is indeed comparative to meat sack in this case, I would say that drone does at the very least acknowledge that they are capable of acting. However, I do fully understand that it could be considered. I'm sorry, slur is the word in English, yes?
Ah, this is hilarious.
This is devolving into some libertarian model colony bullshit.
Exactly.
We would like to hire whoever wants to join our crew.
To work
Oh,
as a companion and potentially incidentally an assistant.
is John saying this?
Yes.
Oh,
He said the first thing too.
That's a very compelling point, sir. I think I can pair you with a potential match. We have files on several of the Electo that would be of medical assistance that have medical knowledge.
And specifically also the interest in science. I'm specifying an interest because I myself have my own personal projects to further the understanding of things that I would like to be able to do.
The Electo, as a species or a people, whatever you prefer to call them, we haven't settled on a term for that just yet, are generally a very curious lot to begin with. So scientific inquiry will naturally be a part of most of them, although personalities will differ. Let me look through. I have
all their own persons, aren't they?
Of course. Let me just ask you a few questions while I while I filter out some of our candidates here. And I'm not going to roleplay it, but I see your little Y there, you jerk, and you're right. And Theo is, or not Theo, Felix. Felix is going to ask some kind of tricksy questions. The kind of questions that you would see in a movie like Blade Runner, where they're trying to, ferret out the androids or the synths that have lost, their connection or are no longer, 100% synth. Except in reverse, they're trying to kind of perform a tricksy, underhanded, subtle test to make sure that you're not a filthy drone slave owning, bodices or something.
That's fair.
So,
I think she lost that. She's not intending to actually slave own them or anything.
mhm. As with many of these kinds of question and answer interview tests, it's less about her actual beliefs and more about the interviewer's read.
Biases.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll me a default at a charisma talk, but I'm very open to other suggestions.
I'm certain. Roll a what?
A charisma talk check, but I'm very open to arguments for other skills and attributes that would help Riley project, the what she thinks that Felix wants to see, or project what's most likely to win this encounter, essentially.
Well,
Out of character for a moment. Could we mention that we already, that Libra's already a part of our ship,
You could.
and maybe that she damn well outranks basically everyone on the ship?
I mean, you're not wrong.
And that if I should treat the letter that I leave with here today, we
I feel
have
you.
as of
I feel it
right now
I feel you with one.
we have on our ship, ranking far higher than me, currently, Libra,
Yep.
who happens to be an android. Now I don't think she'd take kindly to be treating one of her own, sort of, with anything but respect.
I do want to put in before you commit to this that mentioning you have another android, potential VI intelligence on your ship is probably, and you both would know this, is probably going to prompt a, well, let me talk to her.
Could we call her from here? You know what? That's
hold on.
absolutely a fair point.
Would no, yeah.
You could have brought her in the
Would,
first place.
would this be the kind of thing that Libra doesn't want to do?
There's the point, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. She might want to stay stealth.
I'm gonna give this one give a roll to you, John. I don't think Riley has had enough interactions with Libra for any kind of personality assessment, but John, you want to roll lead with sounds like charisma or wisdom?
Charisma, please.
Okay. Here, I'll roll that for you.
Reload up roll 20.
Oh, I'll get it. I can roll it for you if you don't want to.
Yeah,
Or
well,
not.
I scrolled down so that I could figure out Vicky, and quickly lost the ability to scroll back up.
Alright, so was that a yes? Go ahead and roll it for you?
You said lead charisma?
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a 14. That's a 14.
Nice.
Okay.
Yep.
John's read on Libra's personality is that she is probably going to be more of a challenge for you. She, for one, yes, she is uncomfortable with others knowing that she's more than just an android. And two, she is she has her own personal mission that she wants, and that is to liberate her android sisters from perimeter. She acts fairly protective of of her sisters, although you don't have any other androids for her to protect. But she,
Yet.
yeah, I think John's read would be that Libra would participate in the grilling of Riley with Felix art.
It's like this isn't witness on your side. This is extra judge.
Yes.
That's fair.
I will say, for personal reasons, it would be nice to have more.
Have more what?
I'm looking for the word. It's very lost.
Couple words in that sentence.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, looking for more words for that sentence. I'm going to lump the Electos in with Ada's as a concept on the ship.
Okay. Yeah. Questionably sapient consciousness. How's that sound for a word?
I would just call
QSC
them
for short.
sapient consciousness, but
CSC? I don't know.
synthetic sapient consciousness. There we go.
Yes. There you go. The thing is, it's not proven that all VI or AI are sapient. It's it's there's research and there's stuff, and like you guys know that Libra is, but some of you have probably had incidents or experiences with androids that were just programmatic androids, just programs and metal. So the area is very fuzzy, and that's why I jokingly put questionably sapient consciousness. Sapient consciousness is a good word. But anyways, yeah, Libra is not necessarily on your side here.
That's fair.
Do you still want to invoke that you have a android on your ship?
It is a bad call. I would like to later talk to Libra if we get approved for, I'll say, interviewing, but that'll be in private. Who would be a good fit for the ship and all that.
Given that
This is all if we get approved.
John knows Libra a lot better than what Riley would follow that course of action.
Yeah, my bystander perspective is, for God's sake, keep Libra out of this interview room.
Can I ask a quick question first, actually?
Mm-hmm.
What is a scene?
A scene is generally 15 minutes, but I tend to make them longer. Sometimes. The best way of packaging it is a scene is a set of interrelated actions that comprise some kind of scene or some kind of intent, operation. Like this interview is a scene. The entire assault of the Summerview Estate, that was a scene.
So what you're telling me is I could re-roll a failed skill check.
Yes, you could. This is a new scene for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I wanted to know.
Gotcha. Yeah, ask that.
Yeah, just ask
Sorry,
that. Hey, is this a new scene? And he'll know exactly why you're asking.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what constituted a scene because I never actually used a skill check before and the ability before today, so I wasn't actually sure. I figured I'd ask before that.
No, it's a fair question. I mean, the scene is left ambiguous, and so it's hard to know what it is, and I think knowing is helpful, but yeah, you can generally just ask me, hey, is this a new scene? And I know where you're asking, like Meowkin said.
Right. But I think this is a talk skill check, right?
It is, unless you want to argue for a different skill. If you think a different skill is better suited for Riley explaining, answering these questions.
Well, honestly, I like to see the questions first, but
No, you're not getting that.
Can't we just do the actual questions and I answer them? Okay, anyway. Honestly, I think Riley would just go, would just kind of take in the questions for a little bit. She'd actually mull it over for a little bit before giving her answer.
Okay.
Because one should not hurry tricky things. If I've rushed a surgery, blah blah blah.
Okay.
Which I would argue would allow me to use either intelligence or wisdom.
Yep, I'd be fine with that.
Cool. And I'm just gonna do the talk.
Okay.
And intelligence then, because I'm trying to think it through, which is like reasoning.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Go ahead and roll it.
6.
You're gonna want higher than that.
I'm gonna reroll that.
Yeah. Yeah.
A 9.
Okay.
That's more like it.
Better. Not much better, but better.
And through this series of tricky questions that they seem pretty mild and tame on the outside, but in Riley mulling them over, is able to kind of see where some easy traps of bad responses would are sitting, and can work herself around that without necessarily being dishonest or anything. I'm not trying to say that she's lying, but just avoiding those obvious traps laid out for people who haven't given thought to this, or who aren't legitimately lifelong like AI sycophants or files or lovers. Not AI, but VI.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think Riley is kind of neutral in towards. She's like, yeah, they exist.
Yeah.
Just like I do. What about it?
And those are the type of people that these questions would actually normally rule out and eliminate from Alder's interview here.
Yeah. Normally.
But Riley, if you want her to, is able to navigate those with answers that are satisfactory to Felix Art here.
Hell yeah. Celebrate good times. Come on. Sorry.
No worries.
I just like that.
So there are fees and costs associated with it. I don't remember if I said that there's an increase in the cost. Does anybody recall?
I do not recall hearing about that.
I don't think you said anything about that.
I love the meme. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Let me do a real quick search here.
And Alexa was 50k amps.
No internet now. Huh?
My internet is having a great time at the right moment. I'm just glad if this didn't happen during the conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, looks like I did not specify that it would cost more. It would cost more if you were going through the wilds market, basically the black market. But you're going through official channels, and the intent of the fees and costs is to
Fight that out.
Can you repeat that? I think we might have lost Riley.
Yeah, it was appear from the chat that internet go brrr.
Yeah, and I think I heard her say something about typing that out before going silent. So I'll say it
I
real
think we
quick.
can tell from the chat that internet not go brr right now.
True. Okay, internet problems go brrr.
Yes.
So I'll just put it in voice. The cost of the drone is going to be normal cost. Most of the funds from that sale go to the actual owner so that they're not financially damaged by the political actions of Alder. Alder is,
Up the shiz.
yeah, uh, Alder is paying whatever documentation or registration or whatever government fees are involved with this new process with Becca. Um, and you're able to buy a electro drone with the fittings that you want, and a name and personality decided by me. I'll type that in real quick. Whilst one of you decide if there's anything else that you want to have a scene about.
Doug was saying something earlier about hoverbike.
Yeah, I'm debating. Yeah, thinking. Is there a hoverbike dealership?
Yeah, that doesn't even need to be a scene. In fact, let's just go ahead and spend the credits and
Well,
give us a little bit of narrative of
here's-
Doug.
Well, here's the thing. Is there anyone selling a custom modded one?
Oh yeah, oh definitely, yeah.
I don't even know what sort of mods. I really need to come up with ideas for modded vehicles.
Tank turret?
On a hoverbike?
On a hover cycle?
Yeah, why not?
Well, just got me there.
I mean, you got to put the rocket launcher somewhere when you're riding, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Sure, there's got to be some sort of scene for it's not even just a hover cycle. It's got to be a hover chopper, right? It's like a hog. Like a cruiser.
Sure.
Lean back real far.
There's a fairly small market for that specific of a niche, but surprisingly, there is one guy who converts or builds replica hogs, whose wheels don't actually touch the ground. The wheels are actually kind of non-functional.
Yeah. Oh, see, I don't.
You want functional wheels in addition to the grab?
That may be a bit much.
Maybe a bit much to find pre-made.
You could ask.
But I also don't like the idea of just a wheel. Like just having wheels and hovering.
Okay. Is it preferable to take the wheels off and just have it be a replica hog basically a replica hog with the wheels
Without
replaced
the wheels.
by the discs?
Yeah. Like the just the disc. Yeah, because a lot of the hover things, and some things is just like a hollow ring, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely has that type also. That's a more common niche. The wheeled hover, non-functional wheeled hover one is more for display purposes, but he would sell it, of course.
Yeah, he's probably judging me, isn't he? I like what I like.
Cass is also judging you.
All right, well, yeah, is Percy buying one too? Well, I'm sure we got plenty of room for these, right? They only weigh 1 ton.
Probably, but I'm only just tagging along.
All right, you sure?
I'm sure.
All right, well, we'll just have one hover cycle for now then.
Yeah.
Maybe in future, but I have other things I want to splash my money recklessly on.
It's only 5K.
I have other things I want to splash my money recklessly on.
Do these other things include guns, by any chance?
Kinda.
How did I guess?
And then I don't know if it's probably not a good idea to use it as a getaway vehicle for our heist on the same planet we just saw. But in the future, it's going to be a getaway vehicle.
It's
Also, we had we had an ATV still on the ship, right?
yes, we do.
Was it just one that we kept? I don't remember which one we kept.
I think we only had one that worked, right? The rest were.
There was only one that was in
Dead.
pristine condition, or close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you repaired any.
I have
Yeah.
questions. I have questions about the hover cycle. Can you put a hover sidecar on it and can Libra ride one? Because if so, I think we have a new strategy for a hit and run.
We could get more hover cycles.
Well, I'm missing the part where that's different from just putting Libra on a hover cycle. What was special about that there, Byro?
Percy sidecar rocket launcher.
Oh, sidecar. That's the part that I
yeah.
missed.
Yeah. I'm mostly joking, but kind of curious now to thinking about it.
I do think that it could be a mod to have a two-person hover cycle. I don't know about a sidecar.
I
Because
mean, sure, that works too.
nobody would want to build that. Those just look silly.
Probably throw the whole thing off balance as well, unless you had two, and at which point you might as well just have a car.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I could see like a something somewhere between a hover cycle and a grav car, right?
I wonder if maybe we should get some kind of grav car once we've got some more money to burn.
I mean, I can afford a grav car too. I don't really know what else I want to spend my money on at the moment, so I'm willing to burn it. But I mean, let me see. Can you grav flyers can go pretty much anywhere a grav car can, right?
Yes. Grav flyers are probably going to be a little bit bigger.
Yeah, they're 50 tons.
Yes,
that
true,
would
that's
be what 1/8 of our tonnage.
Yeah.
That's big, yeah.
But so we could actually no, we have a vehicle bay, don't we? Or not a vehicle. We still have the ship bay, the fighter bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we don't have a fighter yet, so
we do not.
We could totally park it in there. I don't know. What do y'all think? I'm just gonna send out a group text. What do y'all think? It's not a fighter, but we're not putting anything in the fighter bay right now.
We could put Libra in the fighter bay.
That's rude. She's a people just like the rest of us.
A grav flyer
Come on, you.
is going to be a more involved process to buy.
Okay. Well, I'm still throwing it out there. Maybe before we leave March.
Okay.
I'll be satisfied with my single hover cycle for now.
Yeah.
Sure. What I'm actually going to run past the group, and Acid for that matter, is that we should consider, because Doug was joking ? Or I think John was as well, about not getting much activity in the most recent fight, and you know how Percy's been going like, oh yeah, training drills, but hasn't been able to do much with it, you know. So what I'm going to suggest is that sometime soon we invest in the advanced science lab, because apparently you can get one of those with a holodeck on it.
Now, I do want to clarify that it's not a Star Trek holodeck.
Okay, something like it.
It's going to be a virtual reality room. Where
Close enough.
yeah. I'm not ruling out a Star Trek holodeck, but that's going to be pre-tech.
Yeah. I mean, you step in, environment go brr.
Yeah, you step in it and you put a visor on, and environment go brr.
There we go, close enough.
And they're not the big bulky VR helmets that we have now. They're light and flexible.
Nice.
Light and comfortable.
So yeah, just throwing that one out there. I'm sure Acid would also be thrilled, and Riley would be thrilled to have more advanced science facilities.
Yes, absolutely. Riley will definitely support this notion.
The Electo as well, probably, if she manages to get one.
Oh, she's got an Electo.
Hell yeah.
Why
That
does that
sounds ominous.
that tone of voice makes me think that the personality is going to be distinctive is the word I think.
Yeah.
Last one certainly was.
You should make them talk like an old British gentleman. Don't worry about it.
Hello, governor.
I said old British gentleman, not a fucking Midwestern fucking.
In fairness, I am British and I have heard people talk like that.
Yeah.
Back me
Yeah.
up.
Also, in
know
fairness,
that,
all you're gonna get from me is Midwestern butchering of old British gentlemen.
Cheerio.
Yeah, you got to remember this is all being
Cheerio, darling.
filtered from the American perspective. Like that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Careful what you ask for.
Ask for. Can you do a French accent?
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
We.
Oh, hello there, mademoiselle.
Oui, oui.
Oh, hey,
Bibliothèque maladroit.
And the other French accent bit I know is, well, they didn't take a nap. And then fire the missiles.
Sounds half
Father
German.
was a hamster and your mother smelled of elderberries.
There you go, that too.
Yeah, your mother was a hamster.
Mother was a
and your
hamster, yeah.
Yep, yep.
father smelled of elderberries.
All
Yeah,
right.
well, you smell like potatoes.
Let's finish up the hover bike. You can go ahead and mod it. If you want, if you think of some mods, we can work out what the cost would be. This guy can do a custom build in 3 days, and you probably expect that you'll be able to receive that. I think the plan to blow it up while you're in orbit has already been decided against.
It has, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And there was some interest in staying around long enough to try and get a fresh take on the trade as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because third time's a charm, right? My dice are now somewhat uncursed.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? I think it was Trail that did something to my dice because ever since that encounter, I rolled garbage for a while. Up until from that until the end of the year.
Well, we'll just have to have him come back around, and then you can kill him next time.
Oh God.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put a pin in the NPC scene that I had rolled. Don't worry, you didn't prompt something that wouldn't have happened otherwise. I was already planning on rolling some NPC drama, ship crew drama.
Oh boy. So who's fucking who and who's cheating on who?
Well, you're about to find out
Damn.
next week.
Damn.
Anything else anybody
Not that
wants to say or do or put into a real quick encapsulated scene before we call it a session?
Yes, but it's inappropriate and we'll probably get personally punched by Libra, so